Welcome to another episode of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs, the most hardcore bodybuilding supplements on the market. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, and I'm here to bring you all the latest news in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. It's Monday, May 19th, 2014, and on today's show, Ramy wins, DJ strikes back. You can never be too confident, or can you? From Pittsburgh to New York, it's nothing but gold. 2 wins in 2 weeks, Miss Olympia, here I come. Clark and Cisternino's 212 war. All that and much, much more, only on Muscle in the Morning. As you may have heard, Big Ramy successfully defended his title this past weekend at the New York Pro. Although second place Juan Morel bested him in conditioning, the Egyptian phenom's size and depth proved too overwhelming for the resident New Yorker. According to the official Team Menace page, quote, Big Ramy wants to thank all his fans for the awesome support and for having his back in good times and in bad. And to the 2 super haters, yes, you know who you are, telling him he looks like shit and that he will not make it, now it's time to shut your pie hole and stop acting like you know everything when you don't even know the difference between New York or New Year's Eve. The New York Pro men's physique division has been the topic of much discussion on the boards ever since Jason Poston was crowned the New York Pro champ over last year's winner, Sadiq Hadzovic. The fans, including many commentators, were at a loss for words when Hadzovic was relegated to the runner-up position, despite seeming to have more than enough to push past Poston on contest day. Could it be that Sadiq's stage presence and abundance of confidence may have actually worked against him this time around? Or is it that Jason Poston is the new look of men's physique? Either way, both men are definitely at the top of their games and should be commended for a great showing. Kudos must also go out to 3rd place finisher Matt Acton and 4th place Vince Fiore. For full contest photos and placings, check out rxmuscle.com. Camelot Rodriguez has won again. She's the New York Pro Figure Champion. After finishing first at Jim Mannion's IFBB Pittsburgh Pro Figure Championships, she sat out the Dallas Europa Super Show, instead saving herself for a clash with destiny in the Big Apple. Camelot had this to say to Muscle in the Morning, quote, I'm speechless. I feel like there is always room to improve on something. I'm absolutely having a blast in the process of working my way up to Miss Figure Olympia. She'd also like to send a shout out to her husband, P28 Foods, Team FMG, and Quest Nutrition. After winning her record-breaking 3rd consecutive New York Pro Women's Physique title, Juliana Malikarni is finally at peace with her new look and her chances of defeating the reigning Ms. Women's Physique Olympia champ Dana Lynn Bailey come September. Malikarni had this to say to Muscle in the Morning, quote, I can't describe the feeling of being able to win 3 times in New York with all the people supporting me. It was amazing. My next stop is the Olympia, and I hope for a better placing this year. Thanks RX Muscle for all the support. In perhaps the closest fought battle of the New York Pro weekend, Dallas Europa Super Show men's 212 champion and New Jersey's very own Guy Cisternino couldn't hold off a slightly more muscular Aaron Clark in a nail-biter of a decision. Clark, who looked invincible in his Thursday morning progress photos, showed up a little flat to Saturday morning's prejudging. This left the door open to the ridiculously shredded Cisternino to lay claim to a 2nd title in as many weeks. But when the on-stage war ended and the smoke cleared, Clark received the most first-place votes and a signed and sealed qualifying spot to the Olympia. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs, the most hardcore bodybuilding supplements on the market. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. And for full quotes and Muscle in the Morning bonus features, join Muscle in the Morning's official fan book page. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And remember, follow us on Twitter and Facebook.